All right, welcome back. We continue live right here on Pittsburgh CW. Bob Pompeani with you, riding solo tonight. So call 412-575-2600. Lots to get into. Their baseball playoffs continue. The Yankees beat the Twins again. What else is new? Minnesota had a really terrific regular season, but they've now lost 15 straight playoff games. And every time they seem to draw the Yankees, and the Yankees hit the ball like crazy against them. They did again today, so the Yankees are up 2-zip. Interesting to watch Steven Strasburg last night for the Washington Nationals. He 6 really good innings, and then they brought in Max Scherzer. Even though he's supposed to pitch tomorrow, 1 inning, struck out the side. They got a big win against Clayton Kershaw to even that series at 1 apiece. So we'll see what it means if it should affect at all Max Scherzer. He's been like a workhorse for that team, no doubt. And in the other series, the Astros right now are trying to go up 2-0 on the Rays. Alex Bregman hit a home run, and Garrett Cole is mowing people down. It's fun to watch him pitch. He doesn't mix his message. Here it comes, hit it. It's 99 to 100 miles an hour. He had 6 strikeouts in the first 3 innings, and if they win, they'll be up 2-zip on the Rays. And the Rays have had a really good year considering their payroll was the lowest in baseball. You know, with creative trades and creative acquisitions on a waiver wire and whatever else they do in terms of drafting and developing, they make a difference despite a payroll that's quite embarrassing, to be honest with you. 412-575-2600. Let's go out to Gary in the South Side. What's up, Gary? How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
We're good.
My question is, I think hands down in the AFC North, the Steelers have the best defense.
You say hands down?
Yeah.
So you're convinced it's even better than I think Cleveland's is really good, by the way. I don't know how it will stack up against the Steelers long term, but it's a good defense. You know, a lot of good playmakers. But Steelers are certainly playing better defensively, and I like the turnovers.
Yeah. My problem is they got to keep them off the field. The offense seems like, I don't know, it just seems like they're on the field too much.
Well, I mean, the offense needs to be on the field more. You're right. And the best way to do that is ball possession. They did that. Thanks very much for the call, Gary. In the last game on Monday night, and they did it through use of the Wildcat. It wasn't so much a run game. Yes, they ran the ball, but the numbers weren't all that impressive. But when you target running back 16 times, they make 16 receptions, that's pretty good stuff. Now, Baltimore will be expecting that tomorrow, so I don't think you'll see it, but they got to figure out a way to get more people involved. And I think the tight end, Vanette, was real good with only 1 week of preparation. I expect him to be better. It looks like Vance McDonald will be back, and if that's the case, there are 2 guys to get to the middle of the field. They got to utilize those guys. The run game, James Conner will play, even though he missed the majority of practices this week. So there's a lot to like about what you see, but they got to do it tomorrow. And there's, again, when you're on 3, you don't leave yourself many room for error there. So Pete in Squirrel Hill joins us right now on the Sports Call. Hey, Pete.
Hey, Bob, how are you tonight?
I'm good, and you?
I don't know how you do it, my man. TV, radio. You're like a.
Hey.
If we ever go to war, Bob, I want you to be one of the commanding generals.
Pompin ain't easy, you know.
All right. Hey, Bob, a question. Being as hockey season is in swing now, something I've always wanted to ask you for the past number of years. I think we are both in agreement how much Mike Lang knows about the game of hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever read his book?
Oh, I know. I talked to a lot. I wish I had more time with him this off season. You know, he was battling some health issues, and normally we go out once in a while and have a pop or two and talk about things.
Well, it's interesting. I've never heard anybody in Pittsburgh media address this issue, but when the book was being written, the guy that was writing the book with them asked him the question, who's the greatest hockey player you've ever seen in your life? Mike Lang responded without hesitation, Bobby Orr. And the guy said, what about Wayne? What about Murillo? He said, you didn't ask me if they were great players. You asked me who's the greatest player I've ever seen in my life. It is Bobby Orr, without a doubt. He single-handedly revolutionized the game of hockey, and just wanted to know what you think about that.
Well, I mean, that's a good opinion, and he certainly did, from that point of view. And then the game changed a lot because guys became more offensive-minded as blue liners. But I mean, I've never seen Bobby Orr in person play. I've read a lot. I've seen a lot of video. I obviously know what he's done. But to me, I'm going to go back to, Gretzky and Lemieux, you can't go wrong. Now, there are other guys before them. They all were good. And I always hate this argument because it's very difficult to pick one over everyone else. Mario Lemieux changed hockey in Pittsburgh forever, and he did it in a way that he came in and inspired young people everywhere. And I think that's the case really of all great athletes. They inspire people in their community to be like them. We saw a hotbed of hockey turn out to be the case in so many communities around here because of what Mario Lemieux did. And by the way, happy birthday, Mario, if you're watching. 54. My goodness, I won't even tell you my age, but you're catching up. Thanks for the call, Pete. Really appreciate that. Let's go to line 4. That would be Jim and Shaler. What's up, Jim? How are you doing tonight?
Hey, Bob. How's it going?
That's good, thanks.
Hey, first off, I'll just real quick, Cleveland does get a better defense than the Steelers right now. So just because I beat up on the Bengals last week, we'll see what it's going to be like tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, talk about baseball real quick. Just seeing all these ex-Pirates and how they're doing good on other teams just makes me sick. Like you're seeing all the Tampa Bay guys, you're seeing Garrett Cole just blowing guys away. I just hope Bob Nutt and this organization can turn this around, because we could have these guys on the team here, and it just makes me sick seeing Garrett Cole is going to be probably about a $200 million pitcher next year, probably playing for the Yankees. But
either that or the L.A. Dodgers, and imagine their pitching staff with him, Kershaw, Ryu, and Walker Buehler, who may be the best young pitcher in the game today.
Absolutely.
So, but they can afford that. Those guys all have big television deals with local television that are in the billions with a B of dollars. The Pirates just signed a new one with AT&T Sports Network. I hope it gives them a lot more money. I think it does. They were making $20 million a year on them. They should double that at least. It should be higher, maybe triple it. But even so, you got to spend it on payroll. You can't pocket it. You can't do other things with it. And not only is payroll, but development, draft. Regardless of the pay, Tampa's the best example of this. You can have a payroll. Their payroll went down $16 million from last year to this year. Last year, they won 90 games with the payroll they had. This year, they cut $16 million and they won 95. They know how to do it in a way, which means you don't have to spend necessarily. You just do it the old-fashioned way. You develop your own players, and then you lose them, too, at times. So, but thanks. Appreciate the call. 412-575-2600. Dave in Johnstown joins us right now. Hey, Dave.
Well, this is to the past caller.
Sure.
I was just going to make a comment. I was watching the Astros, and Cole should send an email to Mr. Nutting saying thank you, because I just had a 20-win season, and maybe now I'll get to play in a World Series. So I'll hang up and listen.
Well, he missed their time in Houston, and he gets there, and they may win it again this year, and they should be favored. Cole and Zach Greinke coming at you 1, 2, 3. That's the best threesome in all of pitching. Although again, you can argue Ryu, Buehler, and Kershaw. Although Kershaw in the postseason hasn't been as good, but. Hey, Washington can surprise you. Again, here's the whole thing with this. It's about pitching. If you get good pitching, you don't necessarily have to hit the ball well on a consistent basis, because the pitching will carry you. We've seen it with so many teams, and the Pirates need a lot of pitching. If they bring back the same cast of characters, don't expect everything to change. So the question is, what do? Who do they bring in? How do they acquire that talent? That's going to be on their agenda coming up. Let's go out to line 1. That's Paul in Vanport, Pennsylvania. Hey, Paul.
Hi, Bob. How you doing tonight?
Good. What's going on with you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I have a question about Samuels. I know in college he played a variety of positions, and I don't know if I missed it last week. I don't know if he threw the ball or not.
It's 3 for 3 officially. So, yeah.
But, you know what? I like this. I like him as a running back, and he has good hands out of the backfield, and I hope we see a little bit more of him tomorrow.
It was ridiculous that he never touched the ball in San Francisco. I can't understand that, and I still don't understand why. But, yeah, he's going to be one of their key contributors in the backfield in a variety of ways, and he can run the ball. That's better than what I thought he could do coming out of NC State. But very talented kid. I'd like to see he and Connor be the 1-2 punch and every now and then go to Benny Snell, but it all is predicated on the offensive line. They are the jumper cables that gets the car going, and then the car is up to you to get through the hole. We're going to take a break here. It's 412-575-2600. Also tweet at KD Pomp. Again, we got a big day tomorrow starting at 11:30 a.m. all the way until the end of the day for our #1 Cochran Sports Showdown, which will be on at 11:35. So join us tomorrow. In the meantime, get more calls in right here on Pittsburgh CW.